right, welcome to another edition of the Above the Bridge podcast. This one we're gonna do a little bit different. I'm gonna be chatting with one of our former guests. But first off, let's shout out our sponsors. Shout out to Defend Hawaii. If you go on defendhawaii.com, use promo code ATBpod upon checkout, you'll receive 15% off your entire purchase order. Defendhawaii.com, ATBpod upon checkout, and 15% off your entire purchase order. Also, Hawaii Candy Factory. Go check them out. They have a whole bunch of different kind of treats and candies and concoctions. If you have a sweet tooth, go check them out. HawaiiCandyFactory.com. Same thing. If you go on their website, use promo code ATBpod upon checkout, you'll receive 10% off your entire purchase order. Okay, so this guy is definitely one of our sponsors. We're going to shout him out soon, but I want to first kind of let you guys know what's been going on with him. He's Ikaika Reppuhn. He just opened a brand new detailing shop in Kaneohe, Kahalu at Temple Valley Shopping Center. He was on the show again. We just want to catch up with him. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? How's it going?
It's been all right, but for you, it's been super crazy, man. I know that a lot has changed since the last time we spoke on the podcast. For one thing, your team, baseball-wise, won the World Series since then. So yes, that was kind of cool. And I did see a video of you and your son watching the last out, and you guys just went ham, and it was cool to see. And I'm glad you caught that on video because that's going to be priceless in the future. You know what I mean? But what do you think their chances are this year winning the whole thing again?
Well, they're pretty young, and their core is actually all under like 25. So they're built to win, hopefully for a long time. I hope they win every year, but I think starting this year, I don't think they're doing too well. But
they got like what 100-something games. They can give a few away.
160 games, so I'm not too worried. If work out the kinks, you know.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. And so what? Your son's been playing baseball?
Yeah. So we just finished his first T-ball season, and I was his coach, and we were the Braves. I just had to continue the tradition, you know.
Did they win the championship?
Nobody really kept score, but
what?
I will say that coaching baseball for 4 to 6-year-olds is like probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Oh, I can't even imagine. I used to coach kids taekwondo at that age. At least you could pit them against some kid that could lick them. You know what I mean? Like they act up, but.
Yeah. But baseball is such a technical sport, and at that age, from 4 to 6, their attention span is about 3 seconds, right? So
yeah.
You're trying to teach them something, but then you got the other kid looking at the ground, picking up worms, and then all the other kids. Yeah.
Yeah, especially baseball, because 90% of the game you're just standing around. You know what I mean?
Oh, take it easy.
Okay, 85%. Right, you run out on the field, you stand and wait until something happens. If you're not the pitcher or the catcher, you waiting. Be real, right? Or the batter.
Yeah, there's truth to that.
Yeah, especially I guess not, because it's T-ball. The ball is always gonna be hit. Like, but most times you waiting for the pitcher to like get the ball hit or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's the best if you have a good pitcher. You don't have to do anything.
But yeah, exactly. You ain't doing shit. You're just standing out there waiting. Yeah. Baseball is fun though. Playing it. I couldn't really watch it unless I'm watching it live in the stadium. Yeah. I went to a couple games. The last one we went to was a Giants game at the time it was AT&T Park. So it was pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Nice.
That was super. But you used to go, I got those little souvenir bags. I still have them. I got like about 12 of them you got from me because you went on like a baseball park tour at one summer, right?
Yeah. We're actually taking my younger brother to, he was getting recruited for football and stuff. And so like every city we went to the baseball park and did the tours and stuff.
Yeah. Super cool. Do you guys still do that or not
Uh,
much?
not really as a family, but I mean, now that my son's older, I definitely want to do that. Take him to all the baseball parks and stuff like that. So
That's
it'd be
cool.
that kind
So
of tradition, you know.
so have you guys been able to travel since the pandemic?
Yeah, the pandemic actually didn't stop us from traveling.
Oh,
We
where'd you
went.
guys go? Where'd you guys go?
Uh, let's see. I believe we went to Disneyland twice, and
Twice.
then
I went once.
they
Yeah.
went. They went another time without me,
What?
and then we also went to Disney World.
Oh, Florida. How was that?
Yeah. Oh, it was awesome. And back then, when the whole pandemic thing was happening, Florida was kind of like the only closest to normal
Mm.
place, and so it was like flashbacks almost. Like when we went there, it was like a totally different world from back home.
Oh
Like
yeah.
everything, like the rules and stuff.
Yep. I got to go take Aria to Disneyland in January and brah, that did you have you rode that Star Wars Rise the Resistance?
Oh, where you gotta like sign up like early in the morning, right?
Yeah, and then you got like and then that thing opens and all the stormtroopers are standing there and
Oh, that little waiting room, and then like it's like you're on the ship and they start
yeah,
teasing. Yeah,
yeah, it was that thing. I mean, as a Star Wars fan, that thing blew me away. Like, got a little choked up, man. When that door opened and you're standing in the Death Star and all the row of stormtroopers there, I'm just like, this is my childhood dream. Like right now, this moment, it's happening. Like,
right. Yeah, and that room is huge. Like it literally
yeah,
feels like you're in like the Death Star. It's crazy.
yeah, it's a trip, and my daughter could give two shits. Like it was like not a
Like,
big deal. Oh, that's cool, and she kept walking. I'm like, wait, right there. This is it.
I have to soak this in.
Yeah, dude, I took like 30 pictures. It was sick. Like I definitely thought that was cool, but so you got to travel. So pandemic hit, you created a brand new gym at your house, which I got to work out at. And I think
Yeah.
we talked about that last time, which I do appreciate because if it wasn't for you, I would have been like just not healthy. That was the only exercise I pretty much had. So I'm super appreciative for that. And I'll never forget that you let me in your house and let me work out. But the big thing is you've changed jobs, locations, careers, life, everything, brah. So what's happened? What happened? Like, how did you get to where you are now and what are you doing? Like, what is this whole thing?
So I guess we'll just start off with what I'm currently doing right now. So I
Yeah.
just opened on March 12th. Um, my 100% locally owned by me, irep Auto Detail Supply
Yeah.
superstore. So it's basically the best way to explain it is it's like Sephora, but for detailing products. So we bring in the best of the best, the industry leading brands of the detailing products, and we house it all in one spot. So whether you're a car enthusiast, a detailing company, or just somebody that likes to keep their car clean, that's where the spot to be. And the best part is I opened it in my hometown where everything started for me in Kaneohe. Some people call this shopping center Kahalu. Depends who you ask.
It's still 96744. It's
Right,
kind
right.
of, yeah. They just say 44.5, but whatever. I
Yeah,
still say it's Kaneohe. Hey, it's closer than Waipahu, so I'm good.
right. 100%.
Yo,
Definitely driving out there for 5 years straight was now that I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore because gas is kind of crazy right now. So,
yeah, for sure. So before we get into your shop, like how did you decide to move and why did you pick that location and like what was your concept behind all of your new ideas?
well, when I was at my previous spot, it was kind of an idea that popped up like a couple years ago, and I was like, if there was anything that would be competitive to this store that I'm at now, it would be something like what I just opened that offered a multitude of brands. Um, at that time, back then, I didn't think that I was going to be the one that was going to open that store and end up being the competition to the store that I was at. But Ultimately, I really wanted to come back to Kaneohe because I'm Kaneohe born and raised, still reside. Um, and now that my son is getting older and he's playing in sports like we talked about, and I just want to be around, like something that I've learned probably in the last year and a half to 2 years is that you cannot get back a second of time. Like no matter how much money that I've want to make or going to make in my entire life, it can't buy 1 second of time back. And you've said it to me, and tons of people said it to me, that kids grow up fast. And in the blink of your eye, they're graduating high school and
Yeah.
then becoming like an empty nester. And I want to be there for everything, whether it's his piano recital or baseball games or, anything and everything. And so I wanted to be close to home. And now I kind of made that happen. I'm super stoked. And it's really just about being close to my family and my friends and bring it back home.
Well, that's awesome. And I definitely think this side of the island needed something like that. And I can definitely relate, man. It's a blessing to be able to be on this side of the island. It's always green. It's nice. The vibe is cool. And like you said, this is where we grew up. But as a business wise, you think that being on this side for the kind of distribution and stuff that you're doing would be like a good location? I guess you do because you opened it there, but what is your opinion about that and how has it been going?
It's been going pretty decent. Me and my staff have a pretty solid following in the car enthusiast world. So we're super stoked that I'd say a vast majority of them followed
Oh,
us here
nice.
to our location. Um, Not to say that there's still a lot of work as far as getting the word out about us moving to a different spot and being kind of far away from where we were before. But I have some things in the works that probably going to get you involved as far as doing events, community events, car related events. One big thing that we did at the previous location was a yearly trunk or treat around Halloween. So we had like cool cars with all the tricked out lights and stuff like that. And being that we're from this community, I want to give back and to be able to have a parking lot that can hold more than 30 cars. Like
Oh,
if I can
yeah.
get like 100 cars and all of Kaneohe and Kahalu come out and just provide like a safe trick-or-treating place, like that'd be super awesome. So definitely doing events and stuff will help bring more attention to our location and whatnot.
I definitely agree. And your parking lot is huge. If people haven't been, it's Temple Valley Shopping Center, and there's tons of free parking. And yeah, you're right. There's a lot of parking and opportunity to do events there. And us, we'll be down. We'll be down to help. And you did one already, your grand opening. And I gotta admit, I got to come into your store prior to the grand opening and check it out. And brah, it is nice. Like I know how anal you are just from cruising you back in the day and looking in your closet and seeing how perfect your t-shirts are. And that definitely transcend into your store because brah, every little detail is perfect. Like from the flooring to the detail of the signage and the pictures in the back to the shelves to the product. It was just very well done professionally, and it the color scheme, everything matched. It looks legit as shit, right? It is a super cool store just from visuals. But your grand opening was super nice. We had to come out, and Brad, it was an event, and it felt like family. Like family was there. Your mom, I got to see your mom. Um, Hoppo was there DJing, and everybody there we knew, and it was so cool to see the love, aloha, and support that you had. But there is no doubt in my mind you can do events there, and brah, we'll be on board. But that grand opening, how did you come about with that concept, and how did it go for you on your end? Like, what did you think about it?
Well, I really wanted to center it around the home. That's why I called it the homecoming, is because I was coming back to the east side where this whole business venture started back.
Okay,
So
copy
yeah,
that.
I just that's where it all started here in Kaneohe in my garage on Keahala Road. I was selling stuff. It was like I believe it was like 2014 back then, and we went out to Pro City, did our thing there for a few years, but coming back home. So I really wanted to center it about me coming back and bringing it back to the east side. And like you said, it was really like flattering and heartwarming, like to see like you come out and like have Taylor come out. It reminded me of like back in the day, like we used to cruise all the time, and just seeing all these like familiar faces I haven't seen in a while, and just people of the community, as well as the ones that followed us from the west side. But it just was an awesome event, and the turnout was a lot bigger than I expected. Um, and we had that surprise guest. He's now running for governor. BJ Penn stopped by, which
Yeah,
is
yeah, I got to see. I got to talk to him too. Like that was pretty cool. He
so,
used to be our sponsor back in the day.
yeah,
Remember? Yeah,
yeah, bjpenn.com.
yeah, for
So
governor
that
now.
was
Huh?
super cool, and like it really didn't hit me until like a couple of days after everything happened, when I closed a store one night and I just sat in the middle of my store and I was like, "Holy shit, this is like happening!" Like this happened already. You know, it was all a blur until that moment that really hit me, and I was like, I'm just super like blessed and honored to like have people like you, as well as everybody that helped me build like the vision that I had for this store. Like definitely, I'm not a professional builder or painter or any of that, so I called in a lot of favors, and everybody came through and made it exactly and even better than what I imagined. It's super awesome.
Yeah, it came out ridiculously nice, and like you said, a lot of people were there. I got to talk to your mom, and I just told her like, you must be so proud of your son. He's doing some big things, and she smiled and was like, yeah. And it was cool because she came up to me, and I was just like, wow, like from the time I known you, you leveled up the whole time, from bodybuilding to working at 24-hour fitness to doing your detail, to opening the detail shop, and then just coming home and doing this thing. And it's like, as a person, that's what you want. Like as a parent, that's what you want for your kids. And like you leveled up until you're at this point. And I mean, I know this isn't the cap, this isn't the roof, bro. There's gonna be more, but from where you are now, like I know, and I could see it in your mom's face that she is so proud and stoked, and I know you know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was actually, she surprised me like a few days like before the grand opening. She called me and she said, "Hey, I'm coming home. I'm gonna come. I'm not gonna miss your grand opening," because she's a flight attendant, so she's all over the place. So she cleared her schedule and she flew home for me, and that was like super special because I honestly I haven't seen her a lot in the last like 4 to 5 years because she's always flying around and stuff. So it was super special to have her there. As well as the rest of my family and friends. Like I said, it was like I was away in the mainland for years, and then I came home. But that's what it felt like, like the the welcoming I got back to Kaneohe / Kahalu, or I
Yeah,
should say.
and a lot of people showed up, and I remember being at the gym. I was like, "Oh, you checking out Kaika this weekend?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" Like, of course, like, so like the buzz was building. You know what I mean? And yeah, you guys had all kinds snacks and treats. That ice cream was
Oh,
ridiculous. That was bomb. Yeah, I think me and Taylor ate like 4 cups. Like, yeah, it was good. But so your concept for this store, obviously your previous job, you had to run with one brand.
mhm,
This one gives you opportunity to open it up to all the brands. So
mhm.
first off, like, how do you select what you're gonna run in your store?
Well, that's why I brought two of the guys that were like my assistants at the last spot. because they were actively detailing the entire time. So they used and were in the know about all the brands and whatnot. So I got a lot of their input as far as ordering and, oh, check out this brand, check out that brand. But then I would then have to reach out, do the networking, and then reach out to the presidents or whatever, and try and really make it work. And then, just doing my own research and, gathering a lot of samples from different brands and trying it myself.
Okay.
Even still till this day, we have some brands that we're working on some stuff. They sent some samples, and I just got to test it out on some cars, see if it's worth bringing in and putting on our shelves.
Oh, that's cool. So as a customer, like, what could I expect going into your shop? Say I'm like, just bought a brand new car. I don't know nothing about detailing, but I want to make sure I'm going to keep my brand new car nice. Or I walk into your store, like, granted, you do have a lot of well-versed employees that know what the products are, but what could you expect walking into your store for the first time?
Well, what we do get all the time is when people first walk into our store, they say, "Holy shit, this is a really nice floor."
Yeah, your floor is super nice. How you
But
clean
after
it.
that, they're like, "Oh man, I don't know where to start." And so that's
Yeah.
where myself and my staff come in, and we try to ask the right questions to figure out what exactly you're trying to accomplish as far as your detailing, whether it's just a quick wash and wax, you just want to wipe down your car, or if you got your car ceramic coated, if you're looking for the proper washes and detail sprays, or the infamous question we get about 10 times a day, what you get for water spots?
Oh, for the
Every day,
windows.
yeah, windows, the paint, the sprinklers hitting the side of the car. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So we get that question at least 10 times a day.
So I guess you have something good for that then, huh?
Well, we have a few different options. It just depends on how fresh the water spots are, if they're on
Okay.
glass, if they're on paint. Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of options that can overwhelm people, but that's why my staff and I are there to make sure that you're not just like meandering around like, oh my God, I don't know what to buy,
Yeah. So I had a question because like this, I probably got to stop by your shop for this. My headlights has some kind of weird. It's not clear anymore. It's like foggy.
Okay.
It's like blurry. I don't know how to explain it. You must know what I'm talking about, but how do you fix that?
So there's a couple options. If you're just trying to do like a temporary fix, you could just use like a cutting polish or compound. You can go by hand or by machine, but we do sell like headlight restoration kits that come with like actual like wet sand sheets and stuff. So what that generally is dead plastic. So you know how your paint oxidizes on the roof and the hood. So the
Yeah.
plastic will oxidize. And so what you need to do is just take that dead plastic off to reveal new plastic. And then you'll want to put some sort of protection, whether it's a wax, sealant, or a ceramic coating on it so that you can protect it and prevents it from doing it again.
Okay, I'm definitely coming for that. Yeah, my headlight. I Googled it one time and it said use off bug spray.
Oh, yeah. So that'll work. Like, say if you have a safety check appointment tomorrow.
Oh, that'll make you not pass safety check.
Right.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I tried the off. That shit didn't work.
The other,
but there's no bugs coming on my car.
the other one that people always say works is toothpaste.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, that's temporary. There's no protection aspect to it, right? So
yeah,
you definitely need to put some sort of protection on there so that you don't have to keep using all your toothpaste on your.
Okay, for sure. I'll definitely come check you out for that. So by far, like in your shop, what do you think the best selling items are?
I will say that my staff and I, as well as the customers, are really liking two brands in particular. Jack's Wax, which is a USA made brand. They've been around for about 27, 28 years, based out of Columbus, Ohio. Real streamlined, high quality ingredients in their products, and they kind of got everything that you would need from start to finish. And then the other brand, Gion, which is from Korea. A little bit more on the pricey side, but you're definitely paying for top quality stuff, and their stuff is like next level. It's probably my favorite brand right now.
Okay, I'll probably get some of that stuff too. Yeah, I definitely got to come buy some stuff from you. I went there, checked it out, and yeah, I gotta go get some products for my truck. Are you guys more for like a local consumer, which is an everyday person coming to just do their own personal vehicles, or are you guys well more versed for the commercial detailers, or both? Like, who do you say your major clients are?
I'd say it's both. We have certain brands that like Jack's Wax that can cover your bases for beginning to end as somebody that maybe just bought a brand new truck or car and don't know where to start. And then you got some more commercial grade products like mock products or technician's choice that professional detailing companies are more familiar with, and they're a little bit stronger. And if you don't know what you're doing, then you could definitely mess up your car. So yeah, and that's really the concept I wanted, is because the last place I was at was mainly just general consumer.
Okay.
But I thought, well, why don't I open a place that is for everyone? Because a general consumer could then become a professional detailer,
Yeah.
right? So I won't then lose that customer because they start with this brand, but then I also carry the other brands that detailing companies use, right? So I have
that makes sense.
A lifetime customer instead of they go to somewhere else,
Yeah, for sure. So what, have you been having fun with this, or you been just like struggling, or just nervous or stressed out? Like, how has it been since you put this whole thing together?
I will say, I always try to have fun, and you see what I do in my videos. I just have
Yeah,
fun.
we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, I just try to be lighthearted. But that's not to say that I don't have anxiety every day I wake up. I'm like, wow, am I gonna have any customers today? I don't know if that's like a business owner thing. And it's we're coming from a shop that was pumping. Like, we got that store pumping, and so it's basically starting all over again. And you get kind of jaded in a way. It's like you're used to doing X amount of dollars, and you're only doing Y amount of dollars, right? But I have to remind myself that we didn't start at X.
Yeah.
It took us years to get there, right? So it just knowing that I could get it there is exciting. And I feel like I've got the recipe. I just need to get cooking,
Yep. And I feel like you're very passionate about this, and it's something you've been in the industry for like what, almost a decade. And
yeah,
you seem to know how to market to the local community, and with your videos and just your knowledge how to sell to local people. I feel like maybe your other company didn't really grasp that, but I feel like this company, well, is yours, but you have a chance to spread your wings and kind of market it how you want to, and also be able to get creative with it and not have to conform to any kind of corporation or something like that. So you're pretty much free to do whatever you want as long as it's not illegal.
right. I could do legal stuff, but then I get busted. It's like you said. I don't have to like watch what I say or like filter certain things. Of course, I'm still going to be business minded and not just fly off
Free
the
for all.
handle.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit more freeing, like you said. It allows my creativity to flow, and me being me, just doing some crazy things and funny stuff. It's just cool to be able to just be me. Like that, being 100% authentic. And I think that could be a reason why I appeal to local people, is just because local people really appreciate authenticity and transparency, right? And like for me and my staff, I drill this to them all the time. It's like, like I want you to be 100% transparent. If somebody comes in with a problem and we don't have like the stuff to fix that problem, and if you refer them to somebody else, I'd rather you do that because you gain that customer's trust, right?
Yeah,
If
for
they
sure.
have that problem somewhere else, you're like, oh wow, those guys at irep, I didn't spend any money there, but they got me exactly what I needed, because
Yep,
that's reputation, right? And that generally comes back to you.
for
You get
sure.
out what you get what you put out.
Yeah, any aloha that you throw out, like, not that that's the reason why you should, but it does full circle all the time. But I feel the way you market and through social media has been very appealing to locals, that you do the most silliest stuff and you get your employees to do silly stuff too. But how do you come up with all those concepts, bro? Like, you just kind of sit down and be like, okay, this is what we're doing today. Like, honestly, it's like a video shoot. And this is things that we've done together back in the day for Artist Group Network in my apartment. Like, we had you dressed as a Rihanna. Like, we've
Let's not
done
show
silly.
that again.
Yeah, we'll show it. We'll show it. But those concepts is kind of crazy because not many people market that way, and you kind of put yourself out there and being silly. But how do you guys do come up with those concepts?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's the same way that we did back then. It's just very organic. Like it just
Well, we
was.
had a lot of alcohol.
Well, yeah. But it's just very organic. Like I could be sitting in my office one day and like I just have a random thought, like, and then try to spin it to like, oh wow, I could make this about the business somehow, and then I most of the time I don't even warn my staff. I turn the camera on and I do it because it's organic, right?
Yeah.
Like you get the organic reactions, and that's what people like, and that's what makes people laugh. And these last 2 3 years, everything was so like dark clouded that people wanted to smile and laugh and to be able to give them a
Yeah.
reason. Like it, yeah, it helped the business, but it was more so like just to just kind of forget for like 5 seconds about what everything else is going around.
Plus, it makes it fun for your employees to come to work and there's, oh, what are we gonna do today? Every day is gonna
Right.
be
Yeah.
different, and I'm sure they love it. Or maybe it's like, oh, we got to do another video, but it seems like they're having fun with it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. We've been working together for 5 6 years now. So, I mean, we've got good chemistry and we know how to like feed off each other like organically now. So it's pretty crazy.
Well, one thing I did notice about that whole situation was that the loyalty your employees had for not what you're doing, but for you personally. Like, for them to leave whatever they're doing to follow you in this dream, bro, that's special. And that shows me, at least from the outside looking in, that you have something that resonates with them, to where it's like, I'm taking my whole life, everything I've created and my livelihood, and I'm putting all those eggs in the irep basket because I believe in him. I thought that was a huge testimony to you as a person, but your work ethic and your aloha that you have for your employees, bro. I mean, you know how it is. Like, you're banking on a brand new venture, and like, who knows what could happen. Leaving a place that's lucrative and is more stable to follow you, and I'm pretty sure that must have made you feel like pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a kind of testament to you as a person.
Yeah, no, it was we had a conversation a while back when I had all this kind of in the mix and I was brewing it up. I just told them, I said, hey, I would love to have you guys come and join me on this new quest that I've got going on. But if you guys want to stay, by all means, like no hard feelings. Um, I always like one thing I always preach to my boys is do what make you feel makes you the most happy, right? Like, don't worry about anybody else. If you feel it's the right decision for you, then you make it. And so I left it to them, and they both decided to come. And like I remind them almost every day, like I'm super thankful because they take a lot of stress off my plate. Like like I said, I tell them almost every day, like I'm super thankful that they came. Um, it's I'm it's kind of speechless to just talking about it. Like it's just like I
Cool
can't
as
even put
shit.
words. Yeah, like I can't even put
Yeah.
words to it. It's just like
Yeah.
for them to just like you said, like have the faith that I can make this work and that they want to be part of this team is just like crazy. Like if I was in their shoes, I can't say that. Like
Yeah.
it's nuts. And it took a lot of people by surprise when I did my little TikTok announcement things about them joining the squad and stuff. But um, it definitely helped bring a lot more customers because they themselves have their own followings.
Yeah. And they're
And
knowledgeable of everything you're doing. Did you have to kind of train them on the newer products? Because they're probably not used to any of that stuff, right?
it was actually the other way around.
Oh,
um,
okay.
because they were active detailers, like
Oh,
when
okay,
we
okay.
spot. And so, like I said before, they helped me select a lot of the products that brands that we brought in now. So they spoke from their experience of using all these different brands, and that's how we selected them. And now that they're in, I try them out, and so now we're all pretty well versed in what we have here in the shop.
Oh, that's super cool. And yeah, like I said, that shows the character of you that they would follow you. And right, I can understand that. And having employees that you trust, I know is hard. Like running a store, and you used to work for me too at the Inoke, and you seen me have to fire people, and it's like, bruh, it's like to find trust in employees is hard, but to find trust in an employee that trusts you just as much is super dope. And right, like for me, that was a big thing. And that's part of the reason why I knew that you're gonna be successful, if not already. But the love and aloha your employees have for you, and they followed you on this dream, like it is kind of shows like everybody's banking on you, man.
Not to put any more pressure on me.
It's all right, bro. You do good under pressure.
Yeah, yeah. And for me, like, I want to be able to, like, I know deep down that I can't keep them forever, but I want to help them, whether it's them opening up their own business or what, like if I can teach them in a way, like to grow, because they're a little bit younger than me. From my experiences that I experienced, that if I can share and allow them a safe space to make mistakes and help grow, then like I'm definitely for it. So I told them before we even opened up, I said, I want you guys to try and treat this as your own store, how you would run it, and even though if I'm here, I want you to make an executive decision. And it might not be the right one, but we sit down, we talk about it, and then we address it from there. And so that way it'll help them grow, and whether they open their own business or whatnot. So because that's something that I had kind of with you guys too, and I made lots of mistakes, and we addressed it. And like I've told you this 100 times before, like you definitely want to like the instrumental people that helped me in growing to where I am now. Like, but it took a lot of hard talks and lessons right, that got me to where I am now. And I'm super appreciative of all of that. And I hope that one day, 10, 15 years down the road, that they have their own business and we can sit down and talk about, oh, remember when irep, so
Yeah. I definitely appreciate you saying that. And yeah, working with you was super fun. And we had a lot of fun moments. I mean, you did some crazy stuff, but at that time you were young and we had a lot of shit going on. We had just, yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
But everybody learns from all their mistakes. And like, I've learned a lot. Like there's things I could have handled better too. And, yeah, my mom always said, and it's on her gravestone, is you always learn every day until the day you go to heaven. So that means every day you're learning something new. But yeah, I've learned a lot from you as well, and that's kind of cool. But I think for the future, what do you see gonna happen? Like for me, I think this is like part one. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you're never gonna be satisfied until you keep growing. You know what I mean? Like you're someone who always wants to, like I said earlier, level up. So I know this is cool and it's amazing, and but I know this is phase one of your master plan. I don't know if you want to reveal it, but what kind of things do you hope for in the future in that store, if not something bigger?
Yeah, so I'll say that my wife, when I had this idea long ago, she told me right after that, she goes, "Okay, so when you open the store, what are you gonna do in 3 years when you want to do something else?" Like she knows exactly, right? So
Yeah.
I definitely want to open another location, probably either in town or on the west side, maybe Kapolei, since that's where everything is booming.
Yeah.
Um, but before that, I have this vision of opening a training facility because we used to do classes at the last spot. But
Yeah.
I want to build this like state of the art facility to where I can fly in like special instructors in the industry that and hold seminars that the local detailers or enthusiasts can come out to and pay for,
Hmm.
as well as potentially have that as a detailing space too. Um, so that's something that kind of is on the forefront of my mind. A couple locations. There's been talks about franchising already. Somebody reached out to me about
Oh.
potentially franchising this. I was like, I just opened my doors like 3 weeks ago. We have to see if this works first, you know? So, I
Tell
mean,
them
there's
8 million, bro, and call it a day.
like, wow, man, that guy was open for 3 weeks and he sold his business.
Yo,
No.
that'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
So there's that. And um, me and my wife joke about this shopping center. Like, I told her, I said, just jokingly, I said, I wonder in how many years can I own this shopping center? Like, it's kind of a far fetched dream, but it's also not really a dream. Like, I wouldn't mind owning a commercial space in Kaneohe, and um, but before that would be like opening like this shopping center needs like a coffee shop, just kind of upbringing this shopping center. Whether
What
it's
they have, Ohana's and Mr. Lee's crack seed. You know what I
hey,
mean? Like,
hey, that's all you need, and then
yeah,
us. Nah. Well, we got
yeah,
the theater. That's I don't know if it's ever gonna open.
yeah.
Uh,
What's up with that? It should be open already. Pandemic's done.
yeah, I don't know, but rumor has it they owe a lot of money. But
Oh,
maybe
so
that's
they're
my new
not gonna
location
open.
when I make it big.
Yo, that's a big spot too, man.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, like I'm always getting my hands into different things, and I don't know. It's just I like the excitement and stress. I guess I don't know if anxiety, like with events, like my grand opening. I remember like putting all this hard work into it. I'm like, woke up that morning. I'm like, man, is anybody actually gonna come? You know,
Trust me, I have that feeling every Friday.
right? That's like I remember all these feelings of doing all those events. Like, oh yeah, all these people hit me up, but are they actually gonna come? You
Yeah.
know, and and they do, and it's awesome. And so, um, yeah, I got all kinds of crazy things in my mind that I want to do, but definitely getting this kind of built on a foundation, a steady foundation, and then growing from there. But
Well, I have no fear that you're gonna work it out. Your work ethic is second to none, and your attention to detail is very strong. Like you're been that way your whole life. Like from straight country clothing to bodybuilding, like every part, like no stone gets unturned. Did I say that right? Every stone gets turned. You know what I'm trying to say. Gonna have to edit that shit out. No stone gets unturned, and you do everything that needs to be done, and you check all the boxes, and you don't take shortcuts. That's what I've been trying to say. So I feel like your business will be successful. Honestly, whatever you do, be successful. If it's coaching, parenting, or what, but your work ethic is speaks volumes, and your ability to bet on yourself. I mean, you had to. You're a bodybuilder, so you actually went in your bebedes on stage naked, like that. Your ability to bet on yourself and have that confidence has always been your thing, and that right there kind of shows. And I think that with your new business, it's just going to take a little bit of time, and you'll get it to where however big you want it to get. But any events you want to do, bro, we'll be a part of for sure. And we'll help promote it and whatever, bro. It'd be fun to do an event with you in Kaneohe, bro.
Yeah.
In the daytime, sober.
Oh, you don't have to be sober.
Okay.
Well, I guess if it's a children's event, we have to be sober.
We can do both. Yeah. Hey, we can. That's a big parking lot. We could throw a raging concert in there, dude.
Yes, we could.
But let's do it. I'm down.
Yeah.
You know, Chris and Taylor are down. I've been talking to Chris. He got some ideas brewing that we're gonna be trying out soon. It'd be kind of cool to do it all together again. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. Well, man, we've been talking, and I guess we kind of did everything I wanted to do, is kind of throw some shine at your new business and figure out what it's all about, and see what you progressed into since the last time we had you on the show. But brah, we need that promo code, man. What's up with that? You got your website out? We got your website and stuff going, and then we can figure it out from there.
Yeah, so it took me a little bit. I had the help of my wife. She took all the pictures, but the website, www.irepdetailsupply.com, is now live.
All right.
We are definitely going to do exclusive discount code like we did before. So we'll make it just easy for everybody. So ATBpod at checkout.
Perfect.
You get 15% off your entire purchase.
All right. So irep, what is the website? Irep Detail Supply Company.
irepdetailsupply.com.
Okay, that's easy to remember. We'll have it at the bottom. And ATBpod upon checkout, 15% off. And go over there, go check out Ikaika, go talk story with him, brah, and you'll make a friend, and you'll learn a lot about detailing, and probably something that would be helpful to keeping your vehicle in pristine condition. You guys get vacuums and stuff over there?
Not yet.
Oh,
we're about to get blowers in. We got some
cool.
And stuff like that. But
and you guys, okay, I gotta come over there and check everything out. Your grand opening was more of a social thing versus looking at what you had in there.
It was just tons of people I haven't seen in years.
Yeah. Well, I'm super proud of you, super stoked. Not only as a business person, but as a parent and as a husband. Being in your house, watching you interact with your family was priceless. And brah, that's so cool. And I see the love that your son has for you just from those moments. And even when you dropped off stuff at my house and he's like, Daddy, I love you. And it's like, brah, it's priceless, brah. Like, those moments are gonna be cherished. And you're doing a good thing, man. You're doing good, bro. And I'm super proud of you. I know the boys are, and Taylor always tells me about like, oh yeah, Kikes did this, or oh, his stuff looks nice, or he said he's gonna have his truck detailed from you guys. So he's always working with you guys. So I know you guys are doing something right.
But yeah, man, I'm just stoked to be back on this show.
All right, man. And on Instagram, where can they find you?
So Facebook and Instagram, you can find us at irep Detail Supply.
All right. Quick thing, how did you come up with the name? I already know, but you got to explain it.
Well, my first name is Ikaika, and I took the first letter, I, and then my last name was Reppuhn and Rep. And it was just something I had back when I was a personal trainer. Is like, I was always all about fitness, and I was like a play on words, like I rep fitness, like I represent fitness. And that was like my first business. And then it became I rep this and I rep that. And
I kind of like Shiggly Pew better.
Pew's Detail Supply.
Shiggly Pew's Detail Supply store. Nah, I rep sounds better.
I was gonna say that sounds more like a dog food store.
The origin of Shiggly Pew. Okay. You made it cool though. You turned it into Shigs.
I still use that on the back of my softball jerseys.
All right, man. And you can find us on ATBpod.com, Instagram, Above the Bridge Podcast, as well as all these videos on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, Thaddy Daddy Hi. Thanks for coming on again. I'm glad I got to talk to you after your grand opening. I didn't want to kind of bother you until you got situated and then kind of talk to you about what's going on. But brah, super stoked. Your shop is amazing. It is so nice in there, brah. It's pretty awesome. You guys got to go check it out. Anything else, man?
Nope. I'm just super appreciative to have you as a friend, and I'm back on your show. But yeah, come stop by the shop anytime, bro. We could just talk story. I'm always down.
Right. Shakas for the cameras. Right on, man. We're out. Shout out to the Artist Group Network. Aloha.